What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is where I like to take a second to remind you guys to hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for future uploads, like and comment on this video. Alright guys, let's get started. Next up on the turntable, we've got this Lesney Matchbox Wildcat dragster. This casting was modeled after the '65 Ford Mustang 2+2. And this is going to be my entry for the HANSEN'S Speed Shop $5 budget gasser build. And this is going to be my entry for a couple of reasons. Number one, I started another gasser for this particular build off, and everything went fine. Wasn't because the build went sour or anything like that. It was actually it actually just went too good, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't stop. I just kept seeing things that I wanted to add to the build, and yeah, I couldn't stop. So that particular gasser is well over the $5 budget, and so I'm finishing that one up now, but again, that will not be the entry anymore. This one will be my new entry for that challenge. So that was one reason. Another reason is it's just this thing is due for it. This is one of my very first customs I did when I first started the hobby, before I knew a whole lot about the hobby. And you know, that being said, it is what it is. It's a rattle can paint job. It's not that the paint job is that terrible on it. You know, for a rattle can, it's actually a pretty decent paint job. Probably one of my better paint jobs. But again, it's a rattle can paint job. There's you know, the casting lines on this thing are horrible. They run all the way down the side of the car, and there's no detail or anything to the sides. I mean, it is just completely flat, which will make very nice for sanding out those casting lines, I'm sure. But you know, whatever, that is what it is. Yeah, so you know, I didn't sand out any of the casting lines. There's a lot of those visible on this particular casting. You know, and I mean, I know Matchbox put tow hooks on, I don't know, almost all of these cars, you know, no matter what it was, which was cool back in the day, I guess, for kids to pull things around, tow things, you know, whatever. But we're talking about supposedly a drag car here, so why would it have a tow hook on the back of it? So obviously we're going to cut that off, get rid of that. You know, when I first did this custom, you know, I wanted to keep every bit of, you know, every little piece that it had with it. That's why it's got the tow hook still on the back of it. That's why it still has the original Matchbox wheels on it, which are in very good shape, to be honest with you. Probably some of the better that I've ever picked up. I was playing around with this thing last night, and I mean, it rolls very well. It's got a suspension on it, as some of these older Matchbox cars had, so that's pretty cool. But either way, you know, just they're still old Matchbox wheels. You know, I could have done some detailing on the engine, which I'll probably do in this particular build. Obviously, we're going to get rid of that yellow interior. You know, do something different with that, of course. You know, one of the biggest eyesores about this thing to me is just the color of it. I chose this particular color because the glass is green, and you know, at the time, that's just what it was. I figured, okay, what's going to look good on this? I mean, when I got the car, it was a pinkish orange color, and that looked horrible with the green glass. You know, but again, I feel like this looks horrible with the green glass, so you know, whatever. The green glass is horrible to me, but I think I've got a way to work it in as it is. You know, I thought about cleaning it up and just blackening it out, but I really don't want to do that, so we'll see where I go with that. Let's see. So yeah, I mean, again, this thing has just been an eyesore in my collection, you know, and I want to love it. You guys know I'm a huge Mustang fan, and you know, I mean, I'm happy to have this piece, this particular casting, being an older piece and made in England and all that good stuff. So, but you know, I just every time I look at it, I just cringe a little bit, and I don't want to do that when I look at this casting, especially if it's a custom that I've done. I want to be able to enjoy it. So I feel like where I am now, as far as a builder, you know, I'm a little bit more advanced in the hobby. I'm not saying I'm one of these top dogs out here, because I'm not. But you know, that being said, I am a little bit better at the hobby, and I know I could do a better job on this. So I thought, you know what, this thing it's just overdue. It's time for me to do something with this. And being as how I needed another car for this particular build, I thought, why not try to do something with this? And you know, yesterday I picked up the new 66 M2 pony up gasser, which is beautiful. Even though I'm not crazy about M2 castings, I've even got some issues with that particular casting, but we won't get into all that because this is getting kind of long now. But you know, I bought that one and I thought, there we go, that's exactly what I'm going to do. So that's where we're headed with this, of course, obviously, or we wouldn't be here talking about it. But like I said, this is kind of dragging on now. I just kind of wanted to touch a lot of details on that so we can you know, see where we've been and see where we go. So with that being said, I think that's it for now. Stay tuned, guys, and as always, I'll catch you up with some progress footage. Alright guys, as promised, we got a little bit of progress footage for you. Like I mentioned, went ahead and painted the interior black. You can see the original yellow color on the back there where the tow hook used to be. I did go ahead and remove that. Don't think my gasser is going to be towing anything, so go ahead and get rid of that. We got the base mocked up, ready to go. Got the new set of wheels for it. As you can see, it's got some chrome skinnies in the front and some mono blocks in the back. Wasn't necessarily originally my plan for this, but trying to keep the build at $5, this is kind of what I had to do. But now that it's on the car and or on the base here, I think it looks really good. I think it's going to look really sharp with the car. I think I mentioned earlier, you know, I don't know if I did or not. Either way, I went with a different green again on the color, which, you know, I have the body off camera right now because we're going to save that for the final reveal. But yeah, expect it to be a shade of green. I think it looks really good. So anyway, I went with the green monoblocks on the back. Actually, they're a neon yellow, but whatever. They're gonna look pretty cool, I think. Got the bottom, got the chassis all painted up, looking good. Got the gasser exhaust mocked up on it, ready to go. Again, I just got the body off camera drying. Probably putting it together here very soon. Get the video finished up. And then, as I mentioned, I did go ahead and throw some details on the engine. I think that's going to look really cool. There you go. There's the body color right there. It's a metallic green. I'm not sure exactly. I can't remember the color. Just some cheap stuff I picked up on clearance to keep the build again at $5. And I'll tell you guys, it was tough. It was a challenge. This build is at $5. It's not a penny over, but I can guarantee you it's not a penny under either. But it's cool, you know, I had a great time with the build, and it's been very challenging, but that was the whole point of this build, was to challenge ourselves, and I guess to prove that it could be done, you know. So all the stuff that I used to build the car was just kind of, you know, things that I just kind of picked up from around, you know, what I had. Personally, I feel like, you know, no one's gonna go out and buy the exact things that I bought with their $5. So, you know, when I look at it that way, I feel like, you know, whatever paint you use is a matter of choice. As you know, as far as the wheels go, whatever you use, again, it's just a matter of whatever you choose, whatever your $5 will get you. Personally, I think if you're a builder anyway, you should have some stuff laying around. But you know, whatever. Either way, it's at $5, and it's been really fun building this one. So I can't wait to get it all back together and show you guys the final reveal. So stick around, we will get that done soon. Alright guys, the wait is over. Here it is. I just rewatched the beginning of the video to edit everything and put everything together. And man, sorry guys, I really drugged the beginning of that video out. Again, I just kind of wanted to touch on everything so you guys could see the major changes that I was planning on making to this. And hopefully you can see that now. But so with all that being said, you know, with the video being so long, you guys know I normally like to keep it short and sweet. I'm going to go ahead and get through this pretty quickly, let you guys take a good look at it, and then we're going to call it a day. But this is it, guys. A 65 Mustang 2+2 gasser. You can see I decided just to clean the windshield up really good and stay with it. I think it actually looks very nice with this particular color. I think the shade of green is definitely better than that old you know, forest green that I had on there before. The details pop on it a lot better now. See the detailing on the brake lights and the trunk there, as well as the headlights and the front grille, front bumper. Trimmed out the front and back glass with the chrome, and then you guys saw the engine detail that I did to it earlier. I think it looks really sharp. You can see how smooth the sides of the car are. I was mentioning that earlier. You know, it did make the sanding go very nicely, and it definitely makes the car look really good, but it's just screaming for me to add something to it, you know, some decals or something. And I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to or not. You know, I'm thinking that now that the build is over, this is it. You know, this is the $5 budget build. It's done. It's been proven. So I'm thinking I may go in and add some more stuff to it. Then again, I just may leave it alone. Right here in the front fender wells, you know, you've got a pretty huge gap. If you're looking eye level, you can see all the way through it. I wanted to, you know, basically add in like a firewall or something right there on each side, so you couldn't necessarily see all the way through the car. But again, I was already at the $5 mark. I could not spend another penny on this thing, so I didn't get a chance to add those in. But I think it still looks really great the way it is. I'm really not even too sure if I'm going to do much of that or not. Again, you know, it's screaming that it wants some kind of gas or decals with that, with the sides being just so plain and flat, but at the same time it just looks so smooth and sharp. I don't know, it's still in the air. But here it is, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Sorry that I drug the video out for so long. So I'm gonna call it a day, And as always, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.